On June 27th, 2011, My Babysitter's a Vampire would debut on Disney Channel. And just a year later, it got canceled. Why'd they do that? This show managed to amass 2 seasons, 27 episodes, and a core fan base, just to end on a cliffhanger and dip. That's crazy. But that only begs the question of why the show ended so abruptly, and where's the rest of the story? That's what we're gonna get into in this video, man. So without further ado, let's get into why My Babysitter's a Vampire was canceled.
This sounds like a job for Vampire Ninja.
The story of My Babysitter's a Vampire follows 5 characters. Sarah, the good vampire. Ethan, the smart geek who can see the future. Benny, Ethan's best friend and also a sorcerer. Erica, the nerd turned bad girl vampire. And Rory. Rory is just Rory. Now the story kicks off with a movie that was released a year prior. Basically, you could just look at it as an hour-and-a-half long pilot. Cause that's what it is. Sarah, against her will, becomes a vampire from being bitten by her boyfriend Jesse. In the midst of a cult meeting, she kicks him in the nuts and he throws her all the way to Ethan's house. Trying to get away from Jesse, Sarah offers to babysit Ethan and his little sister. Random hijinks happen, they click, and they find out Jesse is trying to resurrect his 200-year-old gang by stealing people's souls. We also find out that Benny and Ethan have powers, which is a little confusing because although Benny's makes sense, his powers are linked to his grandmother. But Ethan is a seer just because. There's no explanation for it. But long story short, they kill Jesse and his clique, they done. The story continues in the series where the world of the supernatural gets expanded on. Introducing mummies, Frankenstein, vampire cars. We even find out that there's an entire council in the city of vampires, being ran by this old little girl. As the story progresses, Jesse gets resurrected, biting Ethan, leaving Sarah to rescue him, turning her into a full-fledged vampire. We even find out that their vice principal is some type of evil sorcerer whose family been having beef with the vampires for centuries. Now this plot with the principal was gearing up to be one of the most interesting arcs in the show. He put a spook spell on Ethan, stonlocked Benny's grandma, and was killing vampires left and right. Dude was on timing. And just when it looks like they're finally about to defeat him, gone. Just like that. The show was canceled. And it left everybody asking the same question. Why? Well, time to find out.
Awesome news. Della's dog died.
Now the main thing everybody want to know is why would Disney cancel such a beloved show? Were there fights on set, cast members not getting along or something? Was the show's budget too high? Well, let's get one thing out the way. Disney couldn't cancel this show even if they wanted to, as Disney only had the rights to broadcast the show. They didn't create it. The creative title would go to Teletoon and Fresh TV, Fresh TV being the production company, while Teletoon a Canadian TV channel. Now although Disney couldn't cancel the show, they did help influence its cancellation, as on both Teletoon and Disney Channel, the show was pulling in low ratings. Did it have a core fan base? Yes, but that core fan base could not keep the show afloat. And we also have to remember that this was during a time that people were slowly drifting away from TV, choosing streaming services like Netflix and Hulu instead. Now even though the show was canceled, Fresh TV did try to bring the show back. For 2 years straight, they were doing their best to revive the show, even hosting a marathon in 2014 on Canadian channel YTV to show that My Babysitter's a Vampire can still pull in ratings. Sadly, they failed. Eventually, they gave in and let it be what it was gonna be, and the show was finally put to rest. But if they were still trying to get this show revived, then that means they still had stories to tell. And most importantly, that means they still had a resolution to the cliffhanger. So, where is it? If you enjoying this video so far, go ahead and subscribe, man. Trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the month. We got 4 more days left. I know we can do it. Let's go, man.
So you let me babysit her kids?
Well, I thought that maybe you deserve a second shot.
When I got done with my rewatch of the last episode, I looked in the comments and somebody said that the only person besides crew who knows what happened after the cliffhanger is Vanessa Morgan, aka Sarah. Only thing is, they told her not to say anything to anybody. My thing is, it been 10 years, what we still keeping secrets for? Now I understand, Teletoon may still have the rights and licensing for the series. So books, comics, new series, out the question unless they want to do something with it. Now just for the video's sake, if they do bring the series back, What format would you like to see it as? For me personally, live action is just out the question. That just can't happen anymore. All the actors are well in their 30s. Trying to see them come back playing teenagers really just don't sound right. And a reboot, no disrespect, but I ain't trying to see Jenna Ortega as Sarah and Timothy Chalamet as Ethan. And instead of fighting monsters, they fight mental health. I ain't got time for that, no. To me, My Babysitter's a Vampire in 2023 will most likely work better as an animated series. Bring back the old cast, they can still do the voices, just don't show their faces, and just continue it from there. Continue where we left off, and go ahead and give the show its proper conclusion. If not that, I can also see a graphic novel or a comic doing wonders for this series. Y'all go ahead and comment what format you would like to see the show come back as. And while you're at it, go ahead and check out this video, where I talk about another show that got canceled way before its time.